Good morning.
We're here today to talk about white pants.
White pants.
It's summer, it's in full swing, and I know some of you have probably headed north. You've opened your closets and you pulled out your white pants and you're like, these aren't so white anymore.
No.
Or maybe, I need a different size. Or I could just use a refresh, or I'm going on a trip and I want some really, bright white ones. So we always have them in stock year round. We get a lot of calls in the summer for white pants for that reason, because they can be hard to track down, but we make sure that we have your favorites in stock. So we're just going to explain 4 different styles of white pants that we have here that we love. A lot of you know them and love them, but maybe you only wear one and you haven't considered another, so we'll just go over some of the details that make these pants so fabulous. So Jane, take it away with the first pair.
I'm going to start with these Lior. Fantastic pull-on pant.
Yeah, they're great.
Doesn't have a wide waistband. One that you can see has this fake fly. Nice and stretchy. And these are cotton. Mostly cotton, not all, but with spandex. And these are fantastic because they can go with anything. I wash mine. I have them.
I wash mine as well.
I wash mine, and then I just hang them dry and then throw them on. They're a white cotton denim.
All of these hang dry.
Yes.
Because you can pop them in the dryer for like a few minutes.
Yes.
But because they all have a significant amount of elastic in them, if you're drying them, repeatedly over time, they will lose length. So that's like just something to consider. But they all hang so easily. And these are technically called a denim fabric. Yeah. Because denim is made out of cotton, but if you don't know, that's like the reason. But they don't have any pockets. They're very clean. They don't look like a jean, but they kind of give you that that nice twill texture that a denim has.
And
it's
then
like
they
a twill.
just have the little notch at the
I
bottom.
love the little slit on the side. I think it's so. It just finishes the pant. Kind of makes it look a little bit dressier.
Again, easy to put on. Easy to wear.
We have 2 different white pants from Crazy Larry. Which many of you are familiar with, probably our best-selling pants. So this is the traditional one that he started with years ago. This is a completely synthetic fabric, so again, extremely washing machine friendly, which we love, and packable. Yes. But it feels like cotton, so it's nice because it feels that way, but it is a synthetic, so you kind of get the best of both worlds.
They're light. I feel like
very
they're light. And when you put them on, they feel light.
Yes. Like a lot of people will say that the ones that Jane was just discussing, the denim ones, feel heavier, but they're just a thicker twill and they're cotton, so they would probably breathe more than these do, but they're both, equally popular. These are very thin, light, easy, pull-on, clean, no pockets. Great little wide waistband here for a bit of tummy control if you're looking for that. But again, these are great. All of them are about an ankle length. They're all between 26 and 28-inch inseam for all these pants. And they all, what's nice too, if you're a tall gal, they all have a healthy seam allowance. Almost all of these. Look at that. All of these pants.
We can drop it all the way down.
The only ones we can't drop are the next one that we're going to discuss after the Crazy Larry.
That's right.
So this is the other Crazy Larry fabric.
These can be a little dressier, we feel like. We have these, we're doing the white, but they come in all colors, but they can be a little dressier. Again, it's
the crepe fabric.
Yes, it looks like a silk crepe, but again,
it's polyester.
Yeah.
These are truly travel pants.
Yes. Throw them in the wash.
Yeah. Throw them in a sink and wash them. If you're like staying at a hotel in Italy and you're like, I need to wash these pants. And I don't have laundry service. So they really are fabulous. Yeah. They're not the same as the Mac and Mac that many of you are familiar with that we used to have, but they have the same kind of durability and washability. They are a tapered leg. They again have this really cute little notch on the bottom, which again I think makes them dressier. You can put a top, a very dressy, very expensive top with these pants, and they just create the right proportion. But in white, it's just so nice to have something that you can wash and wash and wash and wash, and that it's going to be really resilient to the washing machine.
Easy.
You do not need to dry clean any of these.
You have to dry clean any of these. You don't even have to iron these. So.
And these we also have cut to 26-inch inseams specifically for our store, because many of our ladies pop these on and then they don't need a hem, which is so nice. But again, if you're a taller gal, they can be ordered longer, and then they can be dropped. These have a 2-inch 2-inch seam allowance that can be dropped all the way down, and that's no problem. You can call us. Our seamstress can do it here for you, and then we can just ship them to you. So whatever you need, we're here.
We make it try to make it as easy as possible.
Which is our command.
That's right.
The last pair is from a Canadian company. We're all big fans of Up.
Yes.
This is a wonderful, similar feel to the Crazy Larry traditional fabric, kind of like a light cotton feel. Again, synthetic and washable. They are the most narrow at the bottom out of all of these, so they're not legging at all, but through the calf, they do give like a slightly more tapered silhouette than the rest of these. They're all tapered, but these are the skinniest out of all of them. So if you're really looking for that kind of skinnier proportion, I would highly recommend these. They also have the cutest detail at the bottom. This is their signature petal hem. So when this is on, it's so cute with a little strappy sandal.
Yes, and they feel so silky. Of course, I have these too. I think we all do. we all do. But they feel so nice and silky on your legs. And these can be hemmed, but they cannot be dropped because there's nothing to drop there.
So these, if you're tall, this is the length that it is. But if you need them shortened, that's no problem, and we can keep that petal detail when they're being shortened.
And I'd say the fit is pretty similar. They're a little bit different, but pretty similar to Crazy Larry.
I agree, and I think kind of across the board, you would be the same size in all of these pants. Also, just a note about white pants to remember: if you don't really wear white pants that often, or if you're kind of thinking about trying white pants. If you wear a 12 in black pants, you may want to be a 14 in white pants, just because white is not as forgiving, and I think they look better if they're a little bit looser. When we wear a dark color, things can be a bit tighter to the body and have it still look really great. It's just a consideration with white. Some people wear the same in both sizes, but I kind of like the white to be a little bit more loose against the body. But anyway, we have them. They're in stock. Give us a call. We'd be so happy to talk to you. You can also order them online if you don't want to talk to us. And so we've got all the options for you. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. Bye.